They have to do work. Work is inevitable, but the results will be inevitable if you put in the work. We didn't focus on getting famous. We actually focused on getting quality leads in, because even if you get 80,000 new followers, you might have to sift through all those followers to find the needle in the haystack. Goal setting is really important, because if you're just working, but you're constantly doing new things and you're not streamlined, you're not focused on the one mission at hand, then your focus is going to go elsewhere, right? We only have a certain amount of focus. And why is it that there's people around the world who are probably in the same field as you making more money? Because they understand leverage, right? They understand how to set proper goals, break them down into milestones, and then execute on them and not get distracted. On the screen right now, you will be able to see our client who cash collected within 4 months of this year, her entire last year's revenue. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing the exact approach so that you can replicate this into your coaching business too in under 10 minutes. And it is not by spamming a bunch of DMs to strangers, commenting on a bunch of posts, doing Facebook groups, webinars. It's by a simple strategy that I'm going to be breaking down, even if you're a beginner and even if you've never done this approach before, in under 10 minutes. So let's get into it. Okay, so before we get into this video will be a bit in depth. So if you do not have the energy or focus for that, you can just leave this video right now. I love you, but yeah, this is for the people who actually want to implement and get results. So just a quick warning for y'all. So for those of you who are actually serious about scaling your coaching business, then watch this video all the way through so that you have the actionable steps to implement it and can see some actual results. So what is the first step? Well, the first step is we created and crafted a compelling offer, one that the market actually had a pain for. Because even if you are in a space where everyone has made money in, like relationship coaching, fitness coaching, finance coaching, business coaching, the people who have an offer that is so easy and can get someone the value that they paid in the least amount of time possible on that sales call, people will be more likely to say yes. Why? Because the risk is less. So they want to know, they want to trust you, right? So what we did is crafted a compelling offer, one that the market knew they could get results in if they did the work, right? They have to do work. Work is inevitable, but the results will be inevitable if you put in the work. Once we had that clear, then we wanted to actually get some cash flow in, because cash flow is the lifeblood of the business. And how we did that is we reached out to everyone in her network and started getting her on calls. She also was posting consistent content. So once she started to get in this consistent cash flow into her business, what did we do with that cash flow? Well, first, before we get into the exact strategy, I just want to share that throughout this entire process of setting up the system, she was not focused on this one thing that I see mess up so many people, which was perfection, needing everything to be so perfect, right? She wasn't focused on that. We were making sure to just get the inputs in, and we knew that if we just were to show up, even if we didn't feel good that day, if we were just to post that piece of content, even if it wasn't our best, that would still be better than not doing anything at all. So with that cash that we collected, getting back into it, I know you guys want the sauce, is we set up an ad that targeted quality leads. Now, this is something I see mess up a lot of coaches. They focus on, how can I get more famous? How can I get more attention? How can I, go viral? We didn't focus on getting famous. We actually focused on getting quality leads in, because even if you get 80,000 new followers, you might have to sift through all those followers to find the needle in the haystack. So instead of going through that whole mess, we just decided, let's focus on creating content that speaks directly to one person and then speaking to that person inside of an ad, which, fun fact, that ad is still running today. It's the same exact one. And if you want to see the script and tons of other client scripts and the entire breakdown of how to set this up for yourself, we have a school and community linked below. You can go ahead and join. If you don't want to, no worries. But if you don't want to, go through the hassle of trying to figure all this out yourself, go ahead and join. We'll help you out in there. Now, next thing is, after getting this entire system set up, right, she had content consistently posting, she had calls on her calendar, she had quality leads coming in. So what was the next thing? What was the next thing that we could focus on to help her continue to grow? Well, I'll tell you, it was her sales skills. Sales is the number one skill that you can always get better at. Even if, some of the big people in the space, I bet that they're still learning sales, and it comes through repetition. So we were watching back all sales call recordings. I remember in the beginning, for me as well, I would literally watch my sales calls on the way to class, in the gym. Yes, it was boring. Sometimes it was fun, but a lot of times it just helped and improved my sales skills. And I read a bunch of sales books as well. But the number one thing that helped me with my sales abilities was watching back sales calls. So on Wednesdays inside of our school community, we will literally help you break down your sales recordings. So come to those calls for sure. Add them to your calendar right now so we can help you out. So once you have your sales skills and you're able to close people with the amazing offer that you have, what is the next thing, right? How can we continue to grow the business? We want to focus on delegation. Smart delegation. We're not just delegating any task. We're delegating the tasks that don't light you up, that don't bring you energy. So maybe for you, if you're watching this, you don't love to be in your DMs every single day, and you just want to let someone who's, better at it, who finds more fulfillment out of it, do it. So that's what we did, right? We found someone to take over her DMs, and we helped train them. So when they got into our DMs, they were ready to go. And then they could just start, boom, sending calls. Maybe for you, you don't want to edit your content. You find it's pretty tedious. You got to be on your phone, right? You'd rather create the content, script the content, shoot the content. So hiring an editor, someone to edit all of your reels, your videos, and post them, that is the next step. Right? Delegating accounting, delegating things that just don't light you up so you can focus on things that bring you joy, having the ability to have freedom, right? Traveling wherever you want to go, working whenever you want, and living a life that you find enjoyable and that brings you peace and fulfillment. Spending time actually reading books, gaining new quality inputs so that you can give more to your current clients. So that is what we did, right? So having that next set of skills was learning how to delegate properly, okay? And then throughout this entire time, we are raising her ad spend, right? When you raise your ad spend, what happens? You get more leads in. And what happens when you get more leads in? You make more money. Okay. All right, I'm going to chill now. Ooh, okay. I really want to share some sauce here with you guys. This skill of goal setting is really important because if you're just working, but you're constantly doing new things and you're not streamlined, you're not focused on the one mission at hand, then your focus is going to go elsewhere, right? We only have a certain amount of focus. And why is it that there's people around the world who are probably in the same field as you making more money? Because they understand leverage, right? They understand how to set proper goals, break them down into milestones, and then execute on them and not get distracted. So throughout this process, also just holding my clients accountable, right? Having accountability, someone to be there for you that is holding your hand through reaching the exact goal that you want to have. If you want to make $50K a month, how many sales calls do you need to have? What are the non-negotiable inputs that you need to do every single day to hit that goal? And then throughout that, it's like you're no longer focusing on, okay, the $50K a month. You're focusing on, okay, the posts, the DMs, and the sales calls, and getting better at my sales abilities. So we're less attached and we continue to grow. And that is all that you need to know for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know down in the comments below if you want to see more content like this, where I kind of break down my way of thinking in growing the business and helping our clients grow their businesses too. I really enjoy talking with you. I wish I could sit down with you and help solve all your business problems, but I only have a certain amount of time. I have like 6 calls after this with potential clients. We just onboarded a new client today, which I am super stoked about, and I'm just grateful to continue to grow and continue to just share what I'm learning and new knowledge that I'm gaining. I've got this book, Stories for Your Soul, from my grandma, and there was a really good story in here about a tornado where the mom decided that she was going to, no matter what, protect her children. And throughout that, she lost both of her legs. And but her kids, they survived. And now she is running a foundation to help children who have lost limbs by providing equal access to leading edge prosthetics. She said she loves the impossible. So a question here for reflection I wanted to ask you was, when was the last time you sacrificed everything for outside yourself, right? When was the last time you set a big goal that was outside yourself, sacrificed everything for it, and what was the outcome, right? Impossible ideas can be possible. So I just want to leave you with that. Dream big, execute, and as always, I am rooting for you. I love you, and I will see you in the next video.